one of the highlights of the current agenda is Utegate. That is the concocted email which Mr. Turnbull acquired from a public servant and which he used to his great embarrassment against the Prime Minister. There's one aspect of this affair which I think is more important than the actual affair itself, and it was brought out in Laurie Oak's column, and he relied on the memory, the work of Graham Freudenberg, the speechwriter of Gough Whitlam. And that was that a similar event occurred many years ago. Going to Laurie Oak's, and no one would doubt this, the Labour government, if it were in opposition, would have done exactly the same thing as Mr. Turnbull. They might have been more prudent, they might have checked it more, but they would still have, had it been real, they would still have used it against the government. What Freudenberg recalled was that in the time at which John Curtin was in opposition and Sir Robert Menzies was in government, John Curtin came into the possession from a public servant of a document which could compromise the government. John Curtin took a different view from Mr. Turnbull and took a different view from Mr. Rudd when he was in opposition. John Curtin took the view that it was reprehensible for a servant of the Crown to misuse his position, and he shared the information privately with Sir Robert Menzies, his opponent, and Arthur Fadden, the Treasurer. He told them about it. His position was very clear, and it was correct. That is, the public service must be above politics. It must render impartial advice. It is the servant of the Crown, and therefore of the people, not the servant of a particular political party of the public servant's choice. That is absolutely wrong. And what a decline there is in standards when this sort of thing can happen in Australia. I think the important thing to remember is that John Curtin was incorruptible. He was humble. He didn't rely heavily on ministerial cars. He did occasionally have them, but he would be seen waiting for a bus or a train like every other citizen. He wasn't waiting for a large pension. He wasn't planning to become a lobbyist and make a small fortune on the information he had gained and the contacts he had gained in government. He gave his life for the country. He died in office. He was an honourable man, and he understood the Constitution, and he respected the institutions of the Constitution. And that, I believe, is the sort of politician we need today in Australia.